Most people don't think much about the first few minutes after waking up. The alarm rings, you sit up, shuffle to the bathroom, maybe grab a cup of coffee, and the day begins. But what if I told you those first few minutes, the very beginning of your morning, could quietly shape the rest of your life? Let me tell you a short story. A man named Robert, 75 years old, used to wake up every morning feeling like his body had betrayed him. Stiff legs, dull headaches, that strange dizziness that made him hold onto the wall as he walked. He told himself, "Well, that's aging. Nothing I can do about it." But one morning, everything changed, because someone showed him a different way to start his day, and the results were nothing short of life-changing. Science is beginning to confirm what many of us have felt for years: how we wake up matters. In fact, a 2023 study published in The Lancet Healthy Longevity found that older adults who followed a structured and intentional morning routine reduced their risk of death from all causes by 29%. That's not magic, that's physiology. And yet most seniors have never been taught what their bodies truly need right after sleep. The truth is, those first 5 minutes are more than just a transition, they're an opportunity. An opportunity to reset your balance, protect your brain, support your heart, and even improve how you think and feel throughout the day. But only if you do it right. And doing it right doesn't mean pills, supplements, or expensive programs. It means understanding the natural signals your body is already sending and responding with simple, proven actions. In this story, I'm going to walk you through 8 gentle but powerful morning steps, all backed by real science, that can help you wake up clearer, steadier, and stronger than you've felt in years. Some of these steps take less than 60 seconds. Others may feel unusual at first, but once you try them, your body will thank you. So whether you're 65 or 85, whether you sleep well or struggle to rise, this might be the most important 5 minutes of your day. Let's begin. When you open your eyes in the morning, your first instinct might be to sit up, throw the blanket aside, and start the day. But here's the problem: your body isn't ready. Not yet. You've just spent hours in a deep state of rest, where blood pressure drops, heart rate slows, and your brain floats in a delicate rhythm of sleep. And when you suddenly shift from lying down to sitting or standing, you force your system to catch up all at once. That's when things go wrong. Lightheadedness, wobbly steps, that strange sense of imbalance that seems to follow you into the kitchen. But here's the good news: there's a better way. The very first thing you should do, even before moving a single muscle, is pause. Stay lying on your back. Wiggle your fingers, your toes. Blink slowly. Then reach your arms overhead and stretch, not forcefully but gently. Let your nervous system know we're waking up now. Take 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Then roll gently to your side. And only then slowly use your hands to push yourself up into a seated position. This simple adjustment, which takes less than a minute, can have profound effects. According to a 2021 study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, older adults who remained lying down for 30 to 60 seconds after waking experienced 41% fewer incidents of morning dizziness and sudden blood pressure drops. That's not a small number. And once you try this for yourself, you'll notice the difference. You'll feel steadier. You'll breathe easier. You might even feel a sense of calm because your body wasn't shocked into motion. Now, once you're seated and your head feels clear, you might think it's time to head straight for that glass of water or morning medication, but not so fast. There's one part of your body that's been quietly working all night, and it needs your attention before anything goes down your throat. Your mouth. While you sleep, your mouth becomes a warm, dark environment perfect for bacteria to grow. And grow it does. A coating of biofilm builds up on your tongue, teeth, and gums. If you drink water or swallow pills before cleaning this out, you're sending that bacterial cocktail straight into your gut and bloodstream. That can trigger inflammation, disrupt digestion, and over time strain your immune system. Instead, take a moment to reset your oral environment. First, head to the bathroom and do an oil pull. Use a teaspoon of coconut or sesame oil and gently swish it around your mouth for about 30 seconds. Don't gargle or swish aggressively, just let the oil move slowly through your teeth and across your tongue. Then spit it into a tissue, not the sink, since oil can clog pipes. Next, grab a tongue scraper. Gently scrape from back to front. You'll likely be surprised by what you see: residue that's better out than in. Finally, rinse with warm water and brush your teeth as usual. This small ritual sets the tone for your entire digestive system. A 2022 study in the journal Oral Diseases found that poor morning oral hygiene was linked to a 24% higher level of systemic inflammation, especially in markers tied to heart disease and Alzheimer's. But beyond that, you'll notice you feel fresher, lighter. Food tastes better. Breath smells cleaner. And perhaps most importantly, you've avoided sending harmful bacteria into a body that's just beginning to wake. It's a quiet kind of self-respect. No rushing, no shortcuts. Just listening to your body and giving it what it truly needs: time, care, and a gentle start. And as we continue through this morning routine, you'll see how these simple changes strung together create a rhythm that can carry you through the rest of the day with more clarity, strength, and peace. By now, your body is sitting upright. You've avoided the sudden blood pressure drop. Your mouth is clean, your head is a bit clearer, and maybe, just maybe, your hand is starting to reach for the coffee pot. But hold on. I know it's tempting. That smell, that warmth, it feels like a comforting ritual. But here's something most people never realize. Especially as we age, drinking coffee too early in the morning might actually be working against you. See, when we wake up, our bodies are still adjusting. Cortisol, the hormone that naturally boosts alertness, is rising on its own. Your heart, blood vessels, and adrenal system are calibrating. And when you throw caffeine into the mix during this delicate balance, it spikes adrenaline before your body is ready. The result? You may feel awake for a little while, but then comes the crash. You might notice shakiness, a dip in energy around mid-morning, or even more stiffness in your joints than usual. According to a 2020 study published in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine, seniors who consumed caffeine within 15 minutes of waking experienced a disruption in their natural cortisol rhythm. That disruption was linked to daytime fatigue and increased dependence on stimulants later in the day. But there's a simple fix: wait just a little longer. Instead of caffeine, give your body movement. Not cardio, not stretching that leaves you sore, just gentle joint activation to wake your system from the inside out. Sit at the edge of your bed. Lift one foot and slowly roll your ankle 10 times clockwise, then 10 times counterclockwise. Switch feet and repeat. Then stand with your feet shoulder-width apart. Bend your knees slightly and rotate them slowly in circles 10 times in each direction. These simple circles lubricate the knee joints and improve circulation. Now lift one knee as if marching and gently rotate your hip outward. Do this 5 to 8 times on each side. These hip openers help your pelvis realign and give you more confidence when walking. Then move to your shoulders. Lift them up toward your ears. Hold for 2 seconds and roll them backward and down. Do this 10 times. Finally, for your neck, tilt your head side to side, then forward and back, slowly and carefully. This resets tension that can build overnight and prepares your spine for the day ahead. What you're doing here is waking up your synovial fluid, the natural lubricant inside your joints. You'll feel it as warmth in your knees, looseness in your shoulders, even flexibility in your fingers. This takes less than 5 minutes, but it's one of the most valuable investments you can make for your body each day. And by the time you reach for your coffee, ideally 30 to 45 minutes after waking, it will feel more supportive, not like a chemical jolt. Now, once you've moved and you're standing, there's one more overlooked gift you can give yourself, and it starts with your feet. Most of us, especially in colder seasons, go straight into slippers or socks. But in doing so, we block a vital source of feedback that your brain depends on: sensation from the ground. Your feet are filled with nerve endings, more than 200,000 of them. These nerve endings communicate with your brain's balance centers, helping it determine where you are in space, how stable you are, and how confidently you can move. That's why the next step is grounding. Stand barefoot on a firm surface. If the weather allows, step outside onto grass, stone, or even a wooden deck. If not, a hardwood floor indoors will do. Slowly shift your weight from one foot to the other. Rock gently from heel to toe. Feel the texture of the surface, the pressure through your soles. This may seem simple, but it reboots your vestibular system, the system that controls balance and spatial awareness. A 2022 study in Frontiers in Aging Neuroscience showed that seniors who practiced 5 minutes of barefoot grounding each morning improved their balance and spatial memory by 21% after just 3 weeks. And that's no small feat, especially when we consider how fall risks increase dramatically after 65. This isn't about meditation. It's about orientation, stability, and feeling fully awake, not just in your mind but in your body. As you stand there breathing gently, you may notice something surprising. You feel grounded literally and emotionally. That subtle sense of unease that often lingers in the morning, it starts to melt away, because your body doesn't just need caffeine or motivation. It needs connection to the ground, to sensation, to self-awareness. And now you're ready for what comes next. Now that your body is grounded and your joints are awake, it's time to care for the part of you that guides everything else, your brain. And the first thing your brain needs each morning is not food. It's not medication. It's not even oxygen. It's water. While you sleep, your body loses water through breathing and sweating. That might not seem like much, but over the course of a night it can be as much as 1 liter. And here's what most people don't realize. Your brain is incredibly sensitive to dehydration. Even mild fluid loss can shrink brain tissue, slow neural activity, and affect your mood, focus, and memory. That's why one of the most powerful steps you can take in the morning is to rehydrate your brain before you eat, before you take any pills, before you check your phone. According to a 2021 study published in the journal Nutrients, older adults who drank 16 to 20 ounces of room temperature water immediately after waking performed 23% better on memory and attention tasks just 20 minutes later. That's not a small bump. That's a sharper mind, a steadier hand, a more confident step forward into the day. So here's what to do. Fill a glass with warm or room temperature water. Cold water can shock the system. Add a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt or pink Himalayan salt, just enough to replenish lost electrolytes. Add a small squeeze of lemon if you like. Sip it slowly, not all at once. Let your body absorb it. Then eat a few bites of fruit, something simple and natural. A banana, a few blueberries, even a slice of melon. This gentle glucose helps fuel your brain without triggering a blood sugar crash. You'll start to feel something shift. Maybe your vision sharpens. Maybe your thoughts come more quickly. Maybe you just feel steady. That's the foundation. We want mental clarity built not on stimulation, but on support. But hydration is only part of the equation. The next thing your brain needs before calm, before relaxation, is stimulation, and that may sound strange. We've all heard that mornings should be slow, quiet, peaceful. And yes, there is value in calm. But if you're over 60, the real risk isn't overthinking, it's understimulation. Your brain has a special system called the reticular activating system. It's what helps regulate alertness, focus, and responsiveness. And as we age, this system becomes less responsive unless it's engaged. In other words, if you don't wake your brain up properly within the first 30 minutes, it starts to drift. That can show up as brain fog, slow reaction time, even memory lapses that make you wonder if something's wrong. But there's good news. A 2023 review published in Neuroscience and Biobehavioral Reviews found that older adults who engaged in light cognitive stimulation within the first half hour of waking experienced up to a 32% improvement in processing, speed, memory recall, and overall alertness throughout the day. And here's the key: not all stimulation is created equal. Scrolling through a phone, turning on the news, or flipping on background music, that's passive. It doesn't activate the deeper memory and attention networks of the brain. Instead, try this. After you hydrate and move, take just 3 to 5 minutes for active brain engagement. That could mean reading a short article out loud, doing a few simple math problems in your head, naming all the states you can think of, even reciting your to-do list without looking. Reading aloud is particularly powerful. It lights up more areas of the brain than silent reading because it engages speech memory and auditory processing all at once. Think of it as a warm-up for your mind, just like ankle rolls are a warm-up for your joints. And here's what many people notice: you feel younger, more alert, you remember names more easily, you stay more present in conversation. It's not because your brain has changed overnight. It's because you've chosen to give it the right kind of wake-up call, one that supports rather than startles, that encourages rather than overwhelms. These two steps, hydrating and stimulating your brain, create a powerful mental anchor for the rest of your morning, and once they become routine, your mind will start to crave them. You'll wake up not to noise or caffeine, but to clarity, and that clarity is the gateway to energy, focus, and even joy. So far, we've helped the body wake up gently, given the brain water and movement, and stirred the mind into a clearer, more focused state. But there's something else. Your body has been waiting for, something far older than any technology, any routine, even any words, and that is light. Human beings are wired to respond to sunlight. From the moment we're born, light is what helps us make sense of time. It tells our brain when to wake, when to eat, when to rest, and when to sleep. This internal system is called the circadian rhythm, and when it gets out of sync, everything else starts to wobble: mood, hormones, digestion, even immune strength. But here's the beauty of it. Each morning you get a fresh chance to reset that rhythm, and it takes less than 2 minutes. Here's how to do it. After you've hydrated and activated your body and brain, go to a window, or better yet, step outside if weather allows. Don't look directly at the sun. Just look toward the sky. Let that natural morning light hit your eyes. At the same time, begin a breathing rhythm. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 4. Then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this cycle 6 to 10 times while facing the light. This combination of breath and light does more than you might imagine. According to a 2022 study published in Chronobiology, international older adults who combined morning light exposure with guided breathing experienced a 31% improvement in mood, motivation, and mental clarity within just 2 weeks. That's not a placebo. That's your biology responding to the most natural medicine there is: light, breath, and presence. You might notice your chest feels more open, your face relaxes, the tightness in your stomach softens. These aren't small things. These are signs that your nervous system is shifting into a state of calm readiness, a place where energy can flow without tension. And now, just before you move into the rest of your day, there's one final step. It's the simplest of all, but for many people it becomes the most meaningful. Speak one sentence out loud. Yes, just one. It doesn't have to be poetic or clever. It just needs to be yours. A clear, intentional thought that tells your brain why it's worth showing up today. Something like, "Today I choose to move with kindness," or "I am strong enough for what comes next," or even "I will find peace in small things." The words are up to you. What matters is that you say them out loud, not just think them. You see, in the first few minutes after waking, your brain is still transitioning through what's known as the theta state, a brainwave pattern linked to emotional memory learning and subconscious wiring. What you say in this window tends to stick. and over time, it shapes the way you think, feel, and act. In a 2020 study from the journal Psychology and Aging, seniors who practiced daily verbal intention setting showed measurable improvements in focus, emotional resilience, and even decision-making after just 6 weeks. But this isn't about self-help slogans. It's about reclaiming your voice, about giving your brain direction before the world gives it distraction. So, say something, anything, just make it honest and make it yours. Because the moment you speak, your mind listens, and the tone you set in those few words can ripple through every conversation, every challenge, every step you take. Now your body is grounded, your joints are ready, your mind is clear, your heart is steady. You haven't just woken up, you've arrived. You've just heard 8 simple steps, not treatments, not theories. Just quiet, intentional actions you can take in the first 5 minutes of your morning, actions that work with your body, not against it. From lying still before sitting up to rinsing your mouth, to moving your joints before reaching for coffee. From feeling the floor beneath your feet to giving your brain water and a challenge. From syncing your breath with the morning light to speaking one sentence that gives you purpose. None of these steps are complicated. None require special equipment or money or perfection. What they do require is willingness. A willingness to believe that your mornings matter, that the first few moments of your day can shape not only how you feel but how you live. Let me take you back to Robert. He's 75 now. For years he believed his fatigue, his forgetfulness, his stiffness in the morning were just the cost of aging. But after trying this routine just one step at a time, something shifted. He stopped stumbling out of bed. He stopped needing that second nap before lunch. And perhaps most importantly, he stopped dreading his mornings. They became a place of strength, not survival. A daily reset. Maybe you've felt that same dread. Maybe you've told yourself, this is just what getting older feels like. But what if that wasn't true? What if your body and brain are still willing but just haven't been given the right signals in the right order? You don't have to do all 8 steps at once. Start with 1. Start tomorrow. Start gently. And when you do, take a moment to notice how you feel, not just in your body, but in your mood, your confidence, your sense of control. Now let me ask you something. Which of these 8 steps will you try first tomorrow morning? And what part of your morning routine have you struggled with the most? We're reading every comment and will respond with real suggestions just for you. Because this isn't just a routine. It's a way of reclaiming your morning and your life.